convergence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela rivers. We're in the football town of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at Acrisure Stadium. Coming up, we're keeping things in the AFC for an intra-conference contest between the Indianapolis Colts and the Pittsburgh Steelers. On the Colts sideline, that's head coach Shane Steichen. These guys looking for a repeat of last week's win here. On the Steelers sideline, that is head coach Mike Tomlin. These guys more than motivated for this contest, ready to take the field here at home. I'm Kate Scott here with Brock Hewer, the All-Pro Chris Boswell on for the kick. And we're underway from Pittsburgh. Khalil Herbert's on the return. A decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. So out come the Colts for their first offensive possession. And leading them, the 6th overall pick, entering his 7th season here in the NFL. Out of Duke, Daniel Jones.
Two numbers that a lot of people were focused on from his performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback who was efficient, aggressive in the right spots, but he took great care of the football. And of course, he cares less about those two numbers. It's more about the alphabet, like that letter W, picking up the win in that ball game.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Play action now with Jones. That one finds Josh Downs. And in a blink, they are up to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. Jones setting up the play action. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And it'll be 1st and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
It's a gain of 45 yards. That's another Colts 1st down. 1st and goal, Indianapolis.
From the gun, Taylor. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. Just 1 yard on 1st and goal. Still 4 yards to go on 2nd. Well, as we see the names populating this injury report, partner, we recognize they've had to do some adjusting over the course of the season as key contributors have gone down.
And this, right here, this is where faded favorites and surprise superstars are born, Kate. From guys having to step in as a result of these injuries. You never root for players to miss time and go down, but you'll always root for the guys filling in, who are getting their shot to make their name and contribute when it really matters.
Now from back at the 7, here's 3rd and goal. They send a man in motion. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up.
Delay of game, offense.
Man in motion wasn't set in time. Just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. 3rd and goal for Jones. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The Colts start the game off right with a 6-0 lead. You come in as a significant underdog, Brock, in somebody else's building. You know how essential it is to have a good start, and these guys did just that.
Yep, you're the weaker guy in the fight. You need to make your first shot count. Make them think about it. They've seized the momentum, really given themselves a fighting chance. Now they just got to do it consistently.
Brown now for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Colts will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Steelers, nothing.
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. Dante Kent with the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. And they're brought out by the league's elder statesman. Drafted back in 2005, now in his 40s and still going strong. Aaron Rodgers.
Well, love him or hate him, Rodgers not ready to leave the league until he's satisfied with how his final chapter reads. He didn't get the storybook ending he wanted last year. Taking another run at channeling all that doubt into success one final time.
It's a gain of 19 on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down. Off the play fake. Here's Rodgers. He'll try and run this. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a Steelers first down.
13 yards on the play. That's another Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. He gets him inside the 40. That's a gain of about 9 yards on the play.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, kid. I know you do. And this one was about will power. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back. Heck of a run. Great try with that first down.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. Ball at the 33 for first down.
Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Off play action. Here's Rodgers. Firing one deep for the end zone. And got his man. That's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers finish off their opening drive.
It's an old adage, but it's a true adage. Speed kills. And gosh, I love that, Kate. Right from the jump, you don't wait to get your playmaker started. Get him the ball early and put a fear of God into this defense.
Chris Boswell for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers start off well to tie things 7-7. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Here's Herbert on the return. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Indianapolis offense headed out for their second drive of the game. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. First down throw by Jones. Completed over the middle. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4. Now it's Jones off the play action. And the steel curtain just too much. He's taken down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Defense's first sack of the game, kid. We can now see some of the negatives, the trade-offs of his great running ability. When he tries to create, well, he can find himself going backwards, and in this case, for a really big loss.
Steelers in the dime for this 3rd down. Third and long for him here. Going with a screen to Taylor. Escapes the defender. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Colts going to kick this away now on 4th, and it's Rigoberto Sanchez on for the punt. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. Takes it in at the 26. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Steelers and wide receiver DK Metcalf set for another drive. And he's been having such a great season in this offense. You can see, actually top 5 in the league in receiving touchdowns so far. From the gun, a give to Gainwell. Nearly starts the drive with a first down run. Stopped a yard short, gain of 9.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and...
They sneak it with Rodgers. They're loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line. No gain.
It's a gain of a yard. And the Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Staying between the tackles with Gainwell. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Colts side of the field. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They stick with Gainwell. Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Now Rodgers on his 3rd and short. He's got it. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Give him 8 yards on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give the quarterback a chance.
He's still going at the 30. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. 16 yards on the play. And that's a Steelers 1st down.
Steelers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Looking out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. Has him on a quick hitter. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Following that completion, a member of the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Second and 3 now. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. He's keeping it. Has some room to work. He will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers break the tie here in the 1st. Aaron Rodgers with the touchdown.
These touchdowns on the season haven't all looked the same, but boy, has he made a habit of scoring touchdowns on the ground.
Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers take the lead here, 14-7 in the 1st.
Colts 7.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's Herbert on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Colts offense set to head out. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And he stopped after picking up 9, so they're set up well here with 2nd and 1. We'll look at his numbers on the ground from last week.
10 yards on the pickup.
Less than a ruler needed here on 2nd down. Left side into the hands of Warren. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
4 yards. That's good for a Colts.
On 1st down, Jones. It's caught, Warren. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down.
It's a game.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
That's another Colts 1st down. 1st and
Well, these top-tier offenses have brought the firepower so far. Plenty of points in that 1st quarter. It's a 14-7 game. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Colts have the football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes teams break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
He's running with it. And the stop comes at the 15-yard line as he gets them into the red zone. To the line and and set. Here we go, first down.
First down. A gain of 12.
Taylor now up the middle. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he takes it in for the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Brown able to tack on the point after. And the Colts tie things up at 14. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Kent on the return. He stopped on the run back at the 27. Mike Tomlin sending his Steelers out there for another drive. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. There's a give inside and gain well. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Up the sideline, past the 40. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. New set of downs for him from the 46.
The Steelers, first down.
First down throw here by Rodgers. Hits him on the out route. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10.
That's another Steelers, first down.
Now Rodgers. Avoids some trouble there. Throwing the out route complete. He's forced out of bounds after a gain of about 4 there. 2nd down.
Out of bounds at the 39-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Play fake. Here's Rodgers. He's going to tuck it and run. And this one's going to move him all the way down to the 25-yard line. He gets to pick up a 14 yards as the chains reset.
Gain of 14 yards. That's another Steelers, first down.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. Got the handoff. Here's Gainwell. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 and run up the middle.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal.
That's good for us Steelers, first down. First down and goal to go.
From the red zone now. And they will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers take a second quarter lead. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate. You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Steelers break that tie and now lead by 7.
21. Colts, 14.
Now Boswell on to send this away. On the return, here's Anthony Gould. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. The Colts and Daniel Jones making their return to the field now. And they're a touchdown back, Brock, as they take over down 21-14. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Blitz coming for Jones. Short pass brought in. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
He puts some air under it deep down the left. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. And air it out on 3rd. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So that brings up 4th and long. The Colts ready for the punt. Rigoberto Sanchez will kick it away. Gets his offense in better field position here to start, up close to the 30. The Steelers and wide receiver DK Metcalf set for another drive. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone, but through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
And in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. 5 still to go here. This is 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Rodgers from the gun. Gets this to Woods. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Handoff goes to Gainwell, running left. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Award that tackle to the effort of Leatu Latu. Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 at the 41-yard line.
Again, this is Gainwell. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Rodgers going to throw here, 3rd down. Throw left side, finds Freiermuth. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Give him 13 on that play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Gainwell. Good defensive effort here. Drives them back across midfield onto their own side. They send with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming, so managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a T for attack. Exactly what he just did.
Catch made. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's a Steelers 1st down.
Another Steelers 1st down.
It's the 2-minute warning now from Acrisure.
4-yard line.
And it's the Steelers with a 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Gainwell. Gets it to the 15. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers grow their lead just before halftime.
Okay, you know what a run like that does for everybody, for the play caller, for the old lineman, for the offense? It just gives you confidence that you can call that run again and not expect a little chunk, but go get explosive on the ground as well.
Point after up and good from Boswell. And the Steelers double their lead to 14.
Colts 14.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's Herbert on the return. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. The Indianapolis offense ready to take another swing at it. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games, that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
And he's going to get this one to the 36-yard line. Colts operating from the hurry-up, rushing back to the line.
And the Colts, first down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
First and 10 now. Here's Jones. Quick slant taken in by Pittman. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. On the shotgun, it's Jones. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. And Jones slides down with enough to move those chains. Colts operating from the hurry-up, rushing back to the line.
That's good for the Colts. First down.
On first down, it's Joseph throw. Buys time, rolling right. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. Looking quickly here.
There on the tackle. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up second.
Operating from the gun, it's Jones. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. Colts operating from the hurry-up, rushing back to the line.
Loss of a yard.
Third down, Joseph throw. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. And they really went for it on third down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing fourth down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and incomplete.
Another punt coming up for Rigoberto Sanchez. So this one goes out of bounds inside the 20, but not by much. They're giving him the 18-yard line.
Their own 18-yard
The Steelers and Kenneth Gainwell ready for their next possession. And that front is really going to need to buckle down and provide some more opposition because he's gotten off to an excellent start here. Rodgers going to throw on first. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 28-yard line. Just a yard left to go on second down.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1.
One final shot before the half. Dumped off to his running back. And he'll get them enough for a first down. So entering the locker rooms, got ourselves a 2-score game. It's time to hear from Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
As always, big thanks to our guy Scott Hansen and everyone down in Orlando. We're back looking at a 2-score game here, Brock, as our third quarter gets underway. Kent on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Mike Tomlin sending his Steelers out there for another drive. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's first and 10. Off here to Gainwell. Nearly starts the drive with a first down run. Stopped a yard short, gain of 9.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 9.
This is Gainwell. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
First down, and they go right back to it. And this give not as fruitful. They're on him quicker this time. He's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now.
Back at the 33-yard line.
Now they're looking to throw with Rogers. Austin's there to haul it in. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
A gain of 11. It's now 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. Rogers has him on the quick hitter. Barely got there, but he hit the sideline just short. This is going to be 4th and about a yard to go.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
And this is the punt you want every time. He bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. Here we go now. Time to start this drive. 1st and 10. They start on the ground. Taylor. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Gained a little bit there. Kind of feels like a gain of nothing. You know why? Because you're still playing with your backs against the end zone. No real breathing room. And no margin for error.
Left side pulled in by Pittman. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
4 yards.
That's now the 3rd sack of the game, and I know how these defenders start to think, how many more can I tally up before this one's over? Still a bunch of game time. And this defense, well, they're feeling it.
Need to get that yardage back and a little bit more, too. It's 2nd and 14. Working from the gun. Here's Jones. He takes it himself. And he's going to get down safely. Picked up close to 6. Nice call on his there, but it does leave with a 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
Here he goes. 3rd and long. Hits him on the end route. And they are on him short of that 1st down. They're responding quicker to that throw. That brings up 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you, some money will follow.
The Steelers, Kenneth Gainwell, ready for their next possession. They came into this game on a 5-game win streak and currently in control of what could be a 6th straight victory. Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. He can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain. Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down.
2nd and 9.
From the shotgun, here's Rogers. Catch made by Austin. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. To the line, here's 3rd and 3.
Gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out.
Delay of game, offense.
Must have lost the clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. 3rd and long for him here. He's got his man. This is Austin. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
That's good for a Steelers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. From the gun, give to Gainwell. Fights his way through a tackle. Had some room to work, and he took advantage. Give him 7.
So much particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. Brian, he's there to bring it in. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first downs.
First down. First and 10 at the...
Now here's Rodgers. Finds him over the middle. And we might be close to this lead growing again. That play gives him a first and goal.
18 more yards. That's another Steelers first down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Staying between the tackles with Gainwell. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. Second and goal coming up.
4-yard loss on the...
And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Hewitt, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it. Because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them back.
A gain of 4 on the run, partner. They're going to be looking at third goal from the 5.
4 yards on the pickup. It's now third and goal.
Rodgers to throw. And it's complete on third and goal. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that brings up 4.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit. Okay, you get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
And after the play, one of the Colts is still out there injured. We get a brief stoppage here as they check on him.
Boswell.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's Gould on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now the Indianapolis offense heading out. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. First and 10. Pistol now for Jones. Left side into the hands of Warren. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already at midfield.
That's good for the Colts. First down.
Taylor gets it on first and 10. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Eric Harmon, the former Oregon Duck, making that stop. Following that little 2-yard run, it's second and 8. Here's Jones. Now here he goes. And this is going to get him right up near that first down, but he's marked short after a gain of 7, third down. Offense headed to the line, just need to punch it forward a yard to reset the downs. Jones running sneak. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line, no gain.
It's a gain of a yard. And the Colts first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Three-quarters in the books from this one. It's not quite over yet, but it take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the fourth quarter. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Jones on first down. Short pass brought in. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
To number 84.
Offense is set. This is second and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and
To throw. Here's Jones. Sends this to the end zone. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Third down and 2 here. The offense coming to the line for its 7th play of this drive. throwing now on 3rd and 2. Another drop. The last two plays both should have been intercepted, but neither could be brought in. However, Brock, they do at least force this 4th down. Now Maddox Trujillo on to attempt to knock this through for the Colts. Ball spotted on the left hash, 49 yards out. Kick by Trujillo is good. And the gap closes to 14 points.
If they wanted any kind of shot here, Kate, to come back in this game, that field goal had to go through and make it a 2-score game. That's only the first of what would need to be several steps here in a hurry to have a chance to try to pull this out.
This return starts at the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The Steelers and Aaron Rodgers headed back out on offense. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Now we're on here with Gainwell. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3. Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
At the 28-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Rodgers from the gun. And again, an interception is dropped. Looked a whole lot like the last play, didn't it, partner? And again, the turnover escapes him. It's going to be 3rd down. No throw, 3rd and long. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. So they're left facing a 4th down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
Takes it in at the 21. And a nice return out of it. They have it a little further up past their own 30. The Colts ready to take the field. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. First and 10 now. Here's Jones. Avoids the sack.
A tackle by Alex Highsmith. Brought down back at the 27.
Back to the line they come. 2nd down. On the shotgun, it's Jones. Oh, he gets him behind the line, and he loses the football. But I believe somebody on the Colts got to it first. They're luckily hanging on to the football. They dodged the turnover, but still 3rd and pretty long. They've got to figure out. Operating from the gun, it's Jones. It's in or no, they dropped another one. Picks dropped on back-to-back plays, Brock. It does force a 4th down. And punter making his way out now. Has it at the 37. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Mike Tomlin sending his Steelers out there for another drive. They're up by 2 scores, Brock, but we've got some time left, so they still need to mount a drive here. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. Rodgers set to pass. Hits him on the out route. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd down now. Here's a give inside to Gainwell. And this is going to be down to, looks like about the opposing 36 for their next snap. They get 13 on the pickup. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
To throw, Rodgers. Gets it to him on the screen. And they bring him down around the 34. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and
Now Rodgers. Dropping this underneath. Johnson. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve. Some call it automatic. But it's sure nice as a quarterback. You've got a trusty running back over the midfield that you can depend on.
That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
For Robert Woods.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10.
Good coverage by Charvarius Ward.
Throwing again, Rodgers. That's cutting stride by Freiermuth. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone on 1st. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete. No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Nick Cross, their defensive player.
Throwing again here, it's Rodgers. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers have likely locked up the win right there. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right, when you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
Makes the score.
That one splits the uprights.
Colts,
And the
17.
Steelers stretch their lead to 21. Now Boswell on to send this away.
Pittsburgh.
Here's Herbert on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Here comes the Colts offense now for another possession. And scoring hasn't been the issue for him, Brock, but it has been impossible to hold pace with the offense on the other side of this football field.
And we know they can't get this all back in one play, but they better do it with a sense of urgency.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 32-yard line.
Looking from the gun, here's Jones. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a quarterback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position, and most importantly, swat that pass away.
Steelers bringing pressure, no place to go, down he goes. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
This overwhelming pressure and these sacks after sacks after sacks, well, it's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
Down big, they're going to exhaust all options, it appears. The offense lining up to go for this. Desperation time here. He puts some air under it, deep down the left. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
First down throw here by Rodgers. Find Johnson out of the backfield. And they get him out just before he can move those chains, partner. It's a gain of 9 on 1st down. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches.
It's 2nd and inches.
Trying the left side with Johnson. It's inside the 10. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Steelers grow their lead yet again.
45. Colts 17.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's Herbert on the return. He's stopped on the run back of the 27. The Colts offense set to head out. And the last time we saw them, Brock, they took a risk, went for it on their own half of the field, but it didn't work out. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. He's out in the clear. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. First down throw by Jones. He's got it. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2. As the Steelers...
Second down carry for Taylor. Still has some space inside the 35. And he's going to have this one down to the 28. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
On first down, Jones. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. And he has the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts making the scoreboard look a touch better. Quite the strike to his tight end, and the patience he showed waiting for that to break open. That was awesome, and it's rewarded with 6.
You know, it should be simple, Kate, right? In philosophy, it should be simple. Just plaster that big guy. Throw bodies at him in coverage, but stopping the tight end near the end zone is anything but simple with how deceptively good they are as route runners and finding that football when it arrives.
And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. The Steelers and Kenneth Gainwell ready for their next possession. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they've placed upon him. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. From the gun, Johnson. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Kenny Moore brought him down. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 42-yard line.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. Here's Johnson again. And they're going to keep moving forward, brought down inside the opposing 30. They gain 14 on the play. And that's the Steelers' first down.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
This is Johnson, and he's bottled up the line on the final play before the 2-minute warning. All right, here we go, 2nd down. On the ground again with Johnson, and that's good for a few. It brings up 3rd down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign where they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
He gets it out left, and it's gone. And the pass is stopped before it can get to the first. Great tackle there to bring up 4th down.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Boswell able to knock it through. There's a flag down, and if this is defensive, could give him a first down.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they'll decline this and take the result. Now Boswell on to send this away. There's Gould on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Indianapolis offense ready to take another swing at it. And they can really do what they want with these last couple of snaps afforded to them because the outcome already decided. Indianapolis bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Jones looking to throw. Puts this underneath to Taylor. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. First down, ball at the 36. Here's Jones. He can run it.
Dude, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But the Nets, the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
2nd and 3 now. Now Jones. Oh, he's going for it again. And Jones slides down with enough to move those chains. The Colts take a timeout. That's their last one. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10.
The Colts, first down.
Here's Jones to throw. And the steel curtain just too much. He's taken down. And that sack quickly changes the tone of this series, Brock. It's 2nd down. So make a check in the win column for the Steelers. Well, quite the streak of wins that they have ripped off as of late, Brock, and that continues this week.
Is my math right? Is that 5?
So look at you shocking everybody. Yes, that is 5 straight after this one.
Yeah, things just got to feel different every day in that building. Playing this well over the last month plus, guys feel like they're on another level, and it gives them a huge lift on game day. You feel that confidence.
So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Pittsburgh.